More on the latest developments on the upcoming presidential and general elections in Zimbabwe, I am joined by my colleague Blessing Zulu, Voice of America Studio 7 radio program. Good afternoon, Blessing.
Good afternoon, Shaka. Thank you so much for having me.
I am terrific. As a matter of fact, it's quite a while since you last came on the show, Blessing.
Indeed. It appears now I have to wait for elections to be invited.
I know that you've obviously been very busy talking to people at home.
Yes, indeed. It's all systems go. People are preparing for this historic and landmark election, July 31.
Are people really excited and fired up and ready to go on Wednesday?
It's a mixed bag. Some are happy that they've seen or they're about to see the back of this government of national unity, which some people were saying it was dysfunctional, yet others are not certain what the future holds. So it's a mixed bag, really, Shaka.
What about in your particular case? What would you say has been, for example, the single most accomplishment in as far as the government of national unity is concerned?
I would say it has been the constitution. At least Zimbabwe now has a new constitution, and we've waved goodbye to the Lancaster House constitution, which was crafted in 1979. So we hope it's a new beginning.
What about on the ground in terms of the playing field? To what extent would you say that the political playing field is leveled?
I think apart from the constitution, which some analysts are saying it's a new constitution and the same old order, nothing much has changed. There are still some outstanding issues that some few should have been addressed, such as the media reforms, the security sector reforms, and on the part of ZANU-PF, they are also saying that they are not happy that there are still some sanctions in place.
When you look at the registration process, Blessings, and you look at a lot of other factors, to what extent do you think that Wednesday's vote will be an accurate reflection of the will of the Zimbabwean people?
I think it's going to be very difficult to judge, mostly because the problem is that this election, it appears, was just rushed. There are many issues that needed to be dealt with, especially the funding of these elections, because you have heard President Robert Mugabe himself admitting that the special vote that was held on the 14th and 15th of this month was not properly done. There were serious logistical problems. So it's very difficult, and I don't see the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission managing to pull through without adequate resources and without even adequate voter registration.
What about the issue of the Zimbabweans in the diaspora, Blessing? Because I know that there are millions of Zimbabweans living in neighboring South Africa, and indeed other perhaps hundreds of thousands living throughout the world. What about the fact that they appear to be disfranchised this time around?
Many were hoping that with the new constitution, they will be able to at least cast their vote. The argument by people in the diaspora being that they are also contributing to the country's economic well-being by sending money to Zimbabwe. So they wanted that right to vote. But unfortunately, there was a Zimbabwean citizen based in South Africa who went to the Constitutional Court to argue for the need for a diaspora vote, but it was dismissed by the Supreme Court, and I think it is quite unfortunate.
What would you say have been some of the key issues during the campaign? I haven't heard really people talk about the almighty land issue. Is it because everybody seems to be agreed upon how it appears in the Constitution?
I think all the parties are now agreed that this land reform is irreversible, because even today, at a campaign stop in Wedza, Mashonaland East Province, Mr. Tsvangirai was saying pretty much the same, but saying that what he wants, the only thing that he will change is to ensure that it's one man, one farm. He is not going to allow multiple ownership of farms. So on the land, I think the parties are converging that there is no going back.
What about other issues? Did they talk about unemployment, for example? Because the last time I checked, it looks like Zimbabwe is close to having the world record for having perhaps more than 80% unemployed.
Yes, they are trying to sell that in their party manifestos. ZANU-PF basically saying that they will try to ensure that they embark on their controversial indigenization program, and they will also leverage minerals such as diamonds to ensure that the economy recovers. The MDC, on the other hand, is also saying that it will indigenize the economy, but there are certain provisions that they are not agreeing with in the Indigenization Act, such as taking 51% of shares from foreign-owned companies to be given to Zimbabweans. They are saying that this is chasing away potential investors.
Thank you so much, Blessing, for your insight.
Thank you.